Hello my booktuber friends, welcome or back to my channel. My name is Robin. In this video we are going to be talking about summer hopefuls for this summer. I'm going to go through the list and then I'm going to do a brief description of the synopsis so I don't spoil myself for reading these books. The Hobbit, Ruthless Bay, Aragon, The Bodyguard, Out of the Woods, The Rose Bargain, Warbreaker, The Kiss of Deception, The Reckoning, Darabon, Green Teeth, and Lock Every Door. And of course, The Hobbit, I didn't have to look up. I know exactly what The Hobbit is. It is the prequel to the Lord of the Rings series that I'm planning to read next year. And I'm very excited to finally start this series. Because I actually got the whole series while it was on sale on my Kindle. And I've seen the movies multiple times, so I can't wait to see how it reads. A Ruthless Bay is the second book in the Zodiac Academy, as well as The Reckoning. And I can't wait to get into the series. I enjoyed book one, which is about two twins that find out that they are fae and have magical powers. I would love to pick up Aragon. Aragon is a series that I've heard since it came out. My family has actually read it. My sister has said to read it because it's really good. And it's about a boy that finds a dragon's egg and goes on an adventure. And I love dragons, so I'm probably going to pick up Aragon this summer and hopefully talk to my family about this series. The Bodyguard, I actually have. I might read it before this summer. I got this for the library. This is a Catherine Center book. This is about a girl that's a bodyguard. She tries to protect the male in the story. And I've heard multiple people on YouTube talk about it. And it's really cool that she's a bodyguard and he's not. She's trying to protect him. And they have to fake date because he doesn't want his family to find out that he needs a bodyguard to protect him. So I'm curious how this story goes. I've only read one book from her, and so far she feels like a palette cleanser, fluffy romance reader, or a elliptic reader, so I'm curious how I will like this book. And I have Out of the Woods by Hannah Bonham Young. This is the second book from Out of the Limb series, and I really liked Out of the Limb, so we'll have to see how I like Out of the Woods. This is about their friends in the story in Out of the Limb. They're like in the background, you get to know them a little bit since they helped the main characters in the first book. And they are having marital issues and are trying to figure out how to get their love back. And hopefully I will like this one as much as Out of the Limb. The Rose Bargain, I have that book as well. This one is been described as Bridgerton meets The Cruel Prince meets the Selection series, and I have heard multiple people say that it's a really good read. Apparently it's like more Bridgerton and The Selection than The Cruel Prince. Apparently it gets more Cruel Prince vibes at the end, apparently. And this is about high society girls are expected to bargain for qualities that will win them suitors. A rare talent for piano in exchange for one's happiest childhood memory. A perfect smile for one's ability to taste. But Ivy's debut season arrives with a shocking twist. A competition to marry the Queen's Fae son, Prince Bram, is a prize that could save Ivy's family from ruin and free her older sister from the bargain that destroyed her. Yet every glittering Fae deal has a browning heart, and amidst lavish balls, vicious competition, and a dangerous alliance with the prince's brackish younger brother, Prince Emmett, Ivy realizes that at the center of this contest lies a dark plot that could destroy all of England and her heart with it. I'm really excited to get to this story, and I've heard some good things about this book. And Warbreaker, I'm not for sure if I'm going to get to this one or not, but I have it on my list because it sounds like an interesting read. It's about two sisters that one was supposed to go to the rival kingdom to get married. Instead, her younger sister actually goes to get married instead of her, and she goes and tries to save her. And the world is about color for magic system, and it sounded like an interesting read. So we'll see if I get to that this summer or not. The Kiss of Deception, I've heard about. It's actually the same author as the Dance of Thieves duology. It's Mary E. Pearson. And the only thing I've heard about The Kiss of Deception, it's about a princess that runs away so she doesn't get married. And it's like a love triangle between an assassin and the prince. And Dire Bond, I've heard a few things about. Let me look it up. Okay. Dire Bond by Sable Sorsen. Sorry if I am mispronouncing it. Is about Marion Cooper has never dreamed of being one of the Bonded, the king's elite warriors who form mental links with massive, vicious direwolves. She's made peace with her life, scrapping by in property in the shadows of the castle. But then her younger sister, Selah, is kidnapped, stolen across the border by the mortal monsters her country has spent centuries fighting. And Marion's world falls apart. Desperate to cross the front and save her sister, Marion enlists in the army, only to discover that there are bombing trials this year, where all soldiers are forced to risk their lives in an attempt to connect with the direwolf. It's too late to turn back. Marion is thrown into the deadly competition against her will. I'm really curious to get to this book, because I've only heard good things about this book, and I have heard it compared to Fourth Wing and A Court of Thorns and Roses, The Serpent and the Wings of Night, and The Hunger Games. So we'll have to see how I liked this book. I believe it's supposed to be a duology or a trilogy, I think. And the next book I want to get to is Green Teeth. I've heard Katie's Reading talk about this book, and I'm very curious because I like cozy fantasy, and it sounds like an interesting read. It is about Jenny Green Teeth, and she's never spoken to a human before, but when a witch is thrown into her lake, something makes Jenny decide she's worth saving. Temperance doesn't know why her village has suddenly turned against her, only that it has something to do with the relevant new pastor. Though they have nothing in common, these two must band together on a magical quest to defeat the evil that threatens Jenny's lake and Temperance's family, as well as the very soul of Britain. And the last one is Lock Every Door. I've been wanting to get to this book for a while now, and I figured why not during the summer. It's a great read, and it's by Riley Sager, and it's also one of the books I'm going to be reading for summer week. It is about no visitors, no nights spent away from the apartment, no disturbing the other residents, all of whom are rich or famous or both. These are the only rules for Jules Larson's new job as an apartment sitter at the Brothman, one of Manhattan's most high-profile and mysterious buildings. Recently heartbroken and just plain broke, Jules is taken in by the splendor of her surroundings and accepts the terms, ready to leave her past life behind. As she gets to know the resident staff of the Brothman, Jules finds herself drawn to fellow apartment sitter Ingrid, who comfortably, disturbingly reminds her of the sister she lost 8 years ago. When Ingrid combines that the brothel is not what it seems, and the dark history hidden beneath its gleaming facade is starting to frighten her, Jules brushes it off as a harmless ghost story until the next day when Ingrid disappears. Searching for the truth about Ingrid's disappearance, Jules digs deeper into the Bartholomew's dark past and into the secrets kept within its walls. Her discovery that Ingrid is not the first apartment sitter to go missing at the Bartholomew pits. Jules against the clock as he races to unmask a killer, expose the building's hidden past, and escape the Bartholomew before her temporary status becomes permanent. I'm interested in reading this book because I tried reading the final Girls, I think, from Riley Sager, and I didn't really care for it. The only one I've liked so far from Riley Sager is The Only One Left, so I'm curious how I'm going to like this book. But those are the books that I have on my summer TBR for my summer hopefuls. And I am curious, what do you have on your TBR for the summer? And I hope that you have some great reads as well as mine. And I will see you next time. Thank you for watching. Bye.